Ordar, who'd be a good 10 or 12 lengths behind these two leaders. Medailly racing very keenly, a little profligate perhaps, a half length to Hermosa in second, 3 or 4 lengths away to Sun Maiden, and then Nialetti on the outside. Channel is back in fifth on the inside of Maxad in the blue and white jacket. Just Wonderful out wide of Deirdre, and 2 lengths last to Rorda. They climb now, heading past the 6 furlong marker, and Medailly and Frankie Dettori on this magnificent Group 1 roll, leading the way by a length to Hermosa in second place, a length and a half away Sun Maiden, followed by Nialetti. Channel trying to cut the corner under Pierre-Charles Boudot, followed by Maxad, Deirdre further back, and then Just Wonderful, and still Rorda looking on down the hill to the final right-hander, and it's Medailly. Ryan Moore is nudging away on Hermosa in second place. Sun Maiden, the big filly, is third, then Nialetti on the outside from Maxad as they run now inside the final 3 furlongs in the Nassau. Is still Frankie on Medailly, chased by Sun Maiden. Hermosa is struggling. Maxad down the outside, Nialetti. Rorda with a run down the wide outside from the rear of the field, but they've still got to get past Medailly as they race inside the final furlong and a half, as she kicks again. She's gone 3 lengths clear. Here's Rorda trying to cut her back. So too Deirdre for Japan. The leader wandering off a true line now. Maybe she's running out of steam. Deirdre finishing far side under Oisin Murphy. The Japanese mares beginning to get up, and Deirdre for Japan wins the Nassau. Ran down Medailly, Rorda third, Sun Maiden, and Just
Myself and was the leader, followed by Surrounding. I Remember You round the outside of Captain, and then Titanium Sky, Hand and Heart, Black Magic Woman, Chocolate Music This Way, Cadeau, and Firefly into the straight they come, and Surrounding in between horses picks it up from I Remember You. Titanium Sky on the outside, and then Me, Myself and One, Black Magic Woman racing inside the final furlong. It's Surrounding from Titanium Sky, who's closing on the outside of Black Magic Woman. It's Surrounding on the far side. A filly you would have to admire. Titanium Sky second, Black Magic Woman third, and fourth Captain.
Another win for Surrounding in the 3:45 at Galway for Mick Halford and Ronan Whelan, there to be shot out in the closing stages, and she wasn't to be denied, the daughter of Lilbourne Lad, who's taken the 3:45, the Corrib Filly Stakes, listed at Galway. But for now, we'll get back to Goodwood after the Nassau went to Japan.
Well, Oisin Murphy punches the air. This is a momentous and historic victory for Japan here at Goodwood in a Group 1, and their redoubtable mare Deirdre has won, and Oisin Murphy knows exactly what this means. Don't forget, this is a rider who really honed his craft riding in Japan last winter and applied himself to it with an enormous amount of diligence, and he will know exactly what it means to one of the most enthusiastic racing nations, well, the most enthusiastic racing nation, and certainly the most enthusiastic punting nation. And I hope if you're in Japan and you're watching, you are all on. What a terrific performance.
Yeah, it was a terrific performance, and she's full value for the victory as well. She's come right from the back of the field in what was a well-run race, unpredictably well-run race in the end. But Medaya has hung around long enough to think that she hasn't absolutely charged off far too quick, and she's run a good race in defeat. You can see why they did it. She broke better. They're on a strong steering, Medaya, and Frankie wants to make it a good test, and he's almost pulled it off. But Deirdre over on the far side has got that run up against the far rail. She is a substantial type. She strode out well late on to go on and score, and as you say, a momentous victory. And credit Oisin Murphy as well. He was saying in the press just the other week about going out to Japan, getting on board some good horses, and how that might bring about opportunities with European raiders. He's done exactly that, and he's nailed a Group 1.
He has, and she's really stretched at the line and has won quite convincingly. Well, what a terrific performance that is. It's an historic day here at Goodwood, and she's run a fast time, Deirdre, as well, on drying ground, just under standard. Terrific stuff from Oisin Murphy, and great boldness and enterprise on the part of her connections rewarded here. Many more reflections on Deirdre's triumph in the Qatar Nassau Stakes to follow here at Goodwood.
20-1, she's won, beaten Medailly 3-1, Rorda 6-1. The favourite was Hermosa, who was well beaten in the end, 13-8. That was the result of the Nassau of 2019. What about the times? We can catch up on a couple of the others as well. and Deirdre has dipped under standard, 2:02.93. Stratford next, feature race, 350, watch Racing TV on Sky, 426 mares handicap hurdle, and it's run over an extended 2 miles. Simply Lovely looks to translate her form into handicap, 6-4, Graceland 3-1, 7-2, Shufoog 5-1, green or black. Is it going to be a Skelton winner? John, you've been in a good reign of form the last couple of last couple of races, I should say.
Yeah, Simply Lovely going for the hat-trick and has won over 2.5 miles, so if Graceland goes off, it will go off in front, a strong pace that will help Simply Lovely. Of the others, Shufoog ran well on the flat last week. Green or Black, I thought, got a hefty rise for winning a race at Cartmel, which a couple of rivals fell at the last. Interested to see if Graceland, I thought if Graceland could get an easy time of it up front, the track might suit Graceland.
Okay, lining up to the 4 is Simply Lovely, daughter of Beneficial, under Harry Skelton for brother Dan on handicap debut. Graceland just tucked in behind, and on the rail you can spot their green or black, with at the back of them all Timosini. Right, to call them home for the feature race on the day, it's back to Tim Peters.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, just walking forward, flag up in the air, so they should be underway any second. So still making their way to the starter here, being led forward by Simply Lovely. Glorious afternoon here, the sun is out, humid afternoon. They're off, racing for the Watch Racing TV on Sky, 426 mares handicap hurdle. 8 to be jumped over 2.5 miles a furlong. And heading to the first is Graceland, one of 2 greys in the race, from Simply Lovely in second place. Bit of a gap back to Shufoog, who's up on the outside of the other grey, green or black. Timosini ridden with restraint as they head towards flight number 2. So Graceland, another course and distance winner. Brian Hughes on board, just shortened up over flight number 2, with Simply Lovely in second place, the mare in fine fettle. Then in third place is Shufoog, who's fit from a reasonable run on the flat recently at Newbury, up on the outside of green or black, the Cartmel scorer. And then Timosini, first time into a handicap today, as is Simply Lovely, sitting at the back of the 5 runners. The quintet making their way a long run towards flight number 3, which is down the home straight. The pace fairly steady, being set by Graceland, and Brian Hughes, the Donald McCain team, wants to go a little bit quicker, going on by about 4 lengths. Simply Lovely, Harry Skelton sitting in second place. Then is the other grey, green or black, on the rail with Shufoog for company. Then at the back in the green jacket is Timosini, another nose-banded runner, as they race down the home straight, heading towards flight number 3. So Graceland in the lead, from Simply Lovely in second place. Heading over the 3rd flight, then in behind is Shufoog and green or black for Harry Reid, and then comes Timosini and Adam Wedge as they race passing the stands with a circuit to go. Pace has just increased down this part of the course as they make their way towards flight number 4. Graceland in the lead from Simply Lovely in second place, then comes green or black on the inside of Shufoog. Then just being pushed along Timosini at the back as the pace increased as they jump the next flight number 4. Timosini just rather paddled over at the back of the 5 and just being ridden along again. So it's still Graceland in front, heading down the side with a couple of lengths advantage to Simply Lovely in second place. Then comes green or black with Shufoog in behind, and ridden along Timosini must be 8 lengths now off the other 4 as they race towards flight number 5. Still Graceland has the lead, only by a length to Simply Lovely in second place. Then comes green or black with Shufoog. It's really hard work for Timosini, who's now 10 lengths off the back of them. So about to take a left-handed turn down the back stretch for the final time. Graceland in front by a couple of lengths to Simply Lovely in second. Then comes green or black in third place. Shufoog still well in touch in fourth as they head down the back stretch. Timosini still 10 or 12 lengths off the back of them as they make their way towards the final 3 flights. Graceland in front, but Simply Lovely measured up nicely in second place. Then comes green or black, Shufoog, and tailed right off is Timosini, heading towards 2 out. Then a long run towards the final flight. Graceland over again in front, but the other 3 just queuing up in behind. On the inside is green or black, out wide is Simply Lovely. They're just stalking the leader at the moment. Then comes Shufoog in fourth place, 20 lengths back to Timosini, who continues but a long way behind. So Graceland in front still, but the other 3 are poised to pounce. Simply Lovely in second, just being asked to quicken as the pace injects again. Then comes Green or Black on the inside of a ridden along Simply Lovely now. Then comes Shufoog in fourth place, is still very much in touch. 4 lengths off the pace. The leader trying to get away from them, Graceland, and has accelerated 4 lengths clear around the final turn. So Graceland trying to go clear from Green or Black. Simply Lovely not picking up for pressure. Shufoog trying to make some headway now, but they've got a lot of ground to make up on this leader. Graceland in front, being chased now by Shufoog, who's about 4 lengths down. Final flight coming up. Graceland wasn't that fluent. 3 lengths clear. Shufoog is trying to close the gap in second place. It's still Graceland in front by that rail. 2 lengths to find for Shufoog, who's trying to get on turns, but Graceland is not stopping. Graceland out in front for Brian Hughes will make all, and Graceland, very gutsy display from the front, takes our feature. Shufoog in second place, then comes Green or Black. Simply Lovely didn't pick up. They finish a long way clear of Timosini.
As she's back in the winners' enclosure, she's made it 3 from her last 4. Graceland has won, and in so doing made it 2 from 2 at Stratford. 11-4, Brian Hughes and Donald McCain.
And we're taking any opportunity we can here on Racing TV this afternoon to show you as many replays as we can from the Qatar Goodwood Festival, and this one certainly bears repetition. This is Deirdre's fantastic victory in the Qatar Nassau Stakes, and they went a good strong pace. I don't think anyone anticipated this. Medea and Hermosa taking each other on, and Hermosa was the first to crack. Medea hanging on, but Deirdre it was, who's only got 2 behind her at the moment, under a patient ride from Machine Murphy, managed to prevail.
Yeah, the horses who have finished first and third have come right from the back of the field, but the runner-up is right up there, and it was the surprise package early on was that Medea went forward, and I think that probably ruined the plan so far as Hermosa was concerned.
I think they thought she was going to dominate.
I think that they anticipated an easy lead, and she was never going to get one once Medea did that and made the race a proper test, and Hermosa ultimately just ran well below form, boiling over beforehand, clearly not helping in that regard, but in truth, she never looked happy. Even now, you don't think that she's looking that comfortable through this race. So back to the drawing board for her, maybe another day. But as for Medea, she's run a really good race, having set a good, strong tempo up front.
And she's a strong stayer, Deirdre, at this trip. She's fully effective over 10 furlongs. She wasn't disgraced behind Crystal Ocean in the Prince of Wales Stakes. We said that before the race, though I must confess I felt it was a big leap to see her winning, but Asheen got that dream trip and split there up the fence. Briefly threatened to be chopped for run by Channel, but he held his nerve, held his ground, and it paid off beautifully.
Yeah, and she's just steadily picked up. She's won this in the manner of a stayer at the trip, hasn't she? She looks like she would benefit from a little bit further with the way that this has gone, and the good gallop has really suited her. If this had been a messy tactical race, she wouldn't have had the gears to pick up, but she stretched on. She's got a long stride by the looks of things, and she uses herself very well, and she's got a very good attitude as well. Look at the way she knuckles down. Rodar is the other one that's come from the back of the field, but isn't finishing off as well as Deirdre, the winner.
You see Rodar top of the picture there, maybe on the slowest part of the track. Certainly we know who was on the fastest part of the track. I mean, that's fact, because it tells you on the going stick, and she's dipped under standard here.
Yeah, first time of the day that's gone on the standard in the Group 1, and as you said, that strip next to the far rail is seemingly the quickest. The going stick says so, just, and we've seen a couple of the winners already today come on that part of the track, but big result for that man.
Yeah, massive result for Asheen, massive result for the Japanese racing fans, and a huge result for Toji Morita and Mitsuru Hashida, the owner and the trainer, and the breeders Northern Farms, one of the world's most prolific stud farms. A great success for Harbinger, who was described the other day, the sire of this mare, by Sir Michael Stout as having produced the best middle distance performance of any horse Sir Michael Stout has ever trained when he won the King George. There are so many reasons that this is a massive triumph, the first European Group 1 for a Japanese trained horse as well.
Yeah, which again is a fantastic achievement and wasn't particularly expected in the betting, but she has been not at her best so far this year, has she? She's been in Dubai. She ran okay in a race that was actually dominated by Japanese horses, wasn't it? Behind Almond Eye.
Yeah, Almond Eye is a brilliant filly.
Yeah, and she finished 4th behind her. That was her best run so far this season, but it still wasn't up to the very best of her form a couple of years ago in Japan. what she's done today is get back to that sort of level in a race that really has been run to suit her.
Yeah, big mare, long striding mare. The undulations of the Sussex Downs would not be something she'd be particularly accustomed to. A terrific performance and a massively significant performance in terms of where it sits in global bloodstock and what this means today for Japanese racing.
Yeah, super stuff. Deirdre, the winner of the Nassau Stakes for Japan, ridden by Oisin Murphy. Nottingham next up. This is our feature race on the card. It's a handicap over 10 furlongs. News coming through is that number 5, Galib, is to be running without an off-4 shoe. El Picador is favourite, 100 to 30 in the colours of the Niarchos family for Sir Michael Stout. Richard Kingscote chasing a treble.
Yeah, decent little handicap this. El Picador, one of the 4 3-year-olds down at the bottom of the card. Has improved last couple of runs. On handicapping, won at Chepstow a couple of months ago, and then went to Nottingham here a month ago, beaten by Corncrake, who's a real improver of Richard Hammond's, who's won again since at Doncaster. Off the same mark, this one must be fancied, but had one run on soft ground here at Nottingham a few months back. A little bit disappointing that occasion, may just have been still learning the game though.
Hasseltillari generally runs pretty creditably when running at Windsor, did so last time for all beaten favourite 7 to 4, but invariably there or thereabouts this year.
Yeah, consistent type, good pace would suit Hasseltillari. The others near the head of the market, Music Seeker. The track and ground will definitely suit this one. It's won a handicap here at Nottingham on the same day as the previous winner on the card. Music Seeker, yeah, goes well for a claiming jockey, so he's definitely in the running. And one who's a big price, double-figure price, there doesn't seem to be any confidence about. Handicap debut for Memphis Bleak. I thought it ran very well at Ayr last time. It was well backed at big odds, and I thought they might have gone for a different maiden to try and get into handicaps for lower grade, but they backed it, finished third. First go on soft ground, but Relations have got a good record on it.
Just quickly drawn up the inner Zorro on this sort of surface off around about a mark 78, tied in with previous winning form.
He's a fair handicapper in his day, and his last win was on soft, but it's a little bit hit and miss Zorro, but